Here.
Commissioner Dunger,
Here.
Commissioner Rogers,
Here.
Commissioner Warren,
Here.
Mayor Welch.
Here. We're here for special meeting of the commission for number 2, business. Consider the motion that bid for sale of the bonds be accepted and the mayor and clerk be authorized to execute the bid form and et cetera.
Well, I didn't think I'd ever see you guys again. When this opportunity came about, Larry had talked to me. And really, this is a continuation of our financings that we did last year, because without the hard work of you guys and the public and staff, we wouldn't be here tonight on this refinancing. Because if you remember, we went from a junk bond status to an A rating, which was also confirmed for this transaction. So Larry and Beth was here last time to cover the meeting. They were looking at refinancing your 2 water loans and your 2013 general obligation bonds, and we sent out bid packets 2 weeks ago. And if you look at your first document that looks like this, we received 5 bids from basically national institutions, if not mega regionals. The best bid that we received was from the Baker Group. 15-year financing, if you look down at the bottom of the page, and that average annual net interest cost of 1.557%. I don't know why, but that's the way it is. So tonight what you're going to do is we're going to go over the results of the sale that applies to the savings. And then Larry's going to talk about the bond purchase agreement, the ordinance, and the resolution.
Can I ask you one question? The Baker
Sure.
Group, is that a big firm, or, I mean, is that?
Yeah, these are big firms. Yeah, they took time to bid on ours because they had a $100 million one that they were working on. So, yeah. So I'm glad they took some time.
Ours is little peanuts.
Yeah, it's like, oh shucks, I'm not the biggest dog today either. So page 2 looks like this. And since we're doing, we did 1 refinancing, 1 issuance of general obligation bonds, to refinance 3 debt documents. The 2013 bonds, out of the new bond issue, $2,170,000 will be allocated to it. There's a premium that Baker's going to pay of $117,000. The $543,000 in issuer cash is basically your payment due 12/1.
What do you mean the premium? I don't quite understand.
Okay, so they give you, you sold some bonds in the bond purchase agreement. When Larry show you this, it'll say we're going to buy your debt and the interest rate is 3%, but we're going to sell it to customers and they're only going to get 0.5%. So when you do a present value of the differential between the price and the coupon, there's a premium paid. Okay, so for this amount of bonds, there's a premium they're going to pay you of $117,760. Again, the issuer cash is the payment that's due 12/1. So total sources of funds is $2,830,000. To redeem the 2013 bonds on 12/1 cost $2,793,000 some change. The underwriter's discount is the fee that the underwriter's charging to buy your bonds, resell them, $23,136. Cost of issuance $11,750. Miscellaneous. It's like a balance sheet. The two have to balance. That's why I have a difference there. Cash savings actual on the 2013 bonds, $221,136. We had originally estimated back in July of $186,865. So we're $32,000 more than what we'd estimated. The present value of those savings is actually $50,000 more or less. So we would encourage that you include that one in the bond purchase agreement. The 2008-13 loan, which is the granddaddy of them, $19,190,000, a premium of $1,099,000. Total sources of funds of $20,289,000. It costs $19,954,952 to pay them off. Underwriter's discount $240,000. Cost of issuance $130,000. Don't worry about the negative miscellaneous of $534 because we're only looking at totals. Cash savings actual $2,427,000 off an estimated of $1,952,000. That's almost $500,000 increase. I think we want to include that one. Present value savings actual $1,909,000. PV savings of $1,477,000. These are really good numbers, really good. The 2649 loan, the real little one, hey, you might as well throw it in. I'm not going to go through the totals, but estimated cash savings was $54,000. You save $64,000 on a small deal. That's a lot of money. $10,000 increase in cash, $10,000 increase on present value savings. So because of the work that you guys did back in 19, cash savings actual $2,713,000 versus an estimated $2,197,000. Present value $2,156,000. Estimated $1,656,000. So I think Larry did a good job. Saved you $500,000 more than we'd estimated. We always like to bring good news back, but did we know this would happen this way? No, there's no way to know. So that's it. Any questions about the numbers? Because Larry will come back up next and talk to you about the BPA, the ordinance, and the resolution.
Well, I want to really thank you and Kathy for getting together, because you didn't have to come and tell us about this thing. I mean, I don't know how that worked out, but this is unbelievable. I mean,
I like
It's
to have
a
fun.
blessing.
That's why.
it is. I mean,
it
is
that's
a
why
blessing
Kathy
because this is
called
fun.
you, you called her or something, but, you know, to come out, to bring this thing out like this, I mean, this is absolutely wonderful. I mean, it's just, thank you for,
You're welcome.
you know, thinking of us, City of Arkansas City.
You're very welcome.
And
You guys
thanks
are
Kathy that
a joy to work
get
with.
working, you know, with her. I mean,
And there was a number of other staff members, that Randy and Jennifer
well,
particularly.
thank them all.
Yeah, were very helpful all through this.
It's
It was
unbelievable.
very important to maintain that A rating.
Sure.
We got that.
Yes.
So with that, we'll let.
Well, with this kind of procedure right here, well, it'd be easy to retain that A rating with what's going on here, you know, the savings.
Well, I'll just briefly go over just the motions you'll make tonight in the documents. Gilmore and Bill, the bond counsel, normally Mitch Walters would have been here, but his mother-in-law died last night, I think, unexpectedly, so he couldn't make it. But it's pretty simple. Before you, I'll just flip through a few documents here. After the page that John was last on, page 4, you have an ordinance and a resolution. I just have the first page of each of these two documents. The ordinance authorizes the bonds to be issued, required by state law. And then, in the olden days, these ordinances used to be, 100 pages long, but nowadays they've shortened it, so the ordinance is short, because you can publish that and save money. And the rest of the information about the bond issue is in the next document, the bond resolution. That will spell out more of the details of bonds, the principal amounts, maturity dates, call features, and so forth. And so there are two documents for you to adopt tonight. And actually, before that, we typically have a motion to approve the best bid from the Baker Group. So tonight, the way Gilmore and Bell has it scheduled, 3 motions. 1 to accept the best bid from Baker Group. Number 2 is to approve the bond ordinance. Number 3 is to approve the bond resolution. The last page of our little handout here, page 6, is the calendar. So tonight we're approving the documents. Gilmore and Bell will take all the signed documents, send them to the to the Attorney General for approval, and then to the State Treasurer. Approval, or the bond closing will actually take place on October 13th, a couple weeks from now. That's when the money is wired to the State Treasurer, and then that will pay off the old bonds and the 2 loans. They actually are redeemed at different times. I think the bonds are December 1 and the loans may be October 15th. but regardless, the state treasurer will have the money to pay those off at that time, and you'll have the new bonds outstanding. You have the ordinance of the resolution in front of you. I actually brought the final bid form. Before John and I leave tonight, we'll have a signature from the mayor on this. That's all we need to take back with us. The rest of the documents, the ordinance of resolution, and a few other documents, you guys can sign at your leisure over the next day or two, and Randy and Kathy can send it back to us when you're done with that. So, do you have any questions on the three motions or the documents?
The Baker Group, and what was the second one?
The ordinance and the resolution.
Right.
And that'd be page 3 or 4, and then page 5, I think.
And
Page
the-
4 was the ordinance, page 5 is the resolution. So that would be the
Correct.
second motion, that ordinance would be the second motion.
Lesley had uploaded the full ordinance and resolution into your Dropbox.
Yeah, and then also the agenda as well.
Some good idea.
So it's number A and B?
Yeah, number 1 first, then A, then B.
Okay.
I guess, yeah.
Here's I'll just hand you the form signature page, which we'll need tonight, so, yeah.
Okay, you need a motion for, accept the bid?
I'll make a motion, we accept the Baker's Group bid of 1.5571 interest rate, I guess, is that right?
That works, yeah.
I'll second.
I have a motion, and Kenyon is the second
Then you have to do this here.
on the
Do the
Baker
next one.
Group.
Mhm.
Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
I will move that we authorize and provide for the issuance of general obligation refunding and improvement bonds, Series 2020, the City of Arkansas City, Kansas, for the purpose of providing funds to refund the city's outstanding general obligation bonds, providing for the levy and collection of an annual tax for the purpose of paying the principal of and interest on said bonds as they become due, authorizing certain other documents and actions in connection therewith, and making certain covenants with respect thereto.
I have a motion, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to consider the ordinance. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Huh?
It's a roll call.
Roll.
Oh, it's roll call, where's it say roll
Yeah.
call?
Well, it's the ordinance, it's
It's
all,
ordinance.
it's a roll call.
Commissioner Eastman?
Yes.
Commissioner Gager?
Yes.
Commissioner Rogers?
Yes.
Commissioner Warren?
Yes.
Mayor Welch?
Yes. Okay, number B. Consider resolution prescribing the form and details and authorizing and directing the sale and delivery of the general obligation refunding and improvement bonds, Series 2020 of the City of Arkansas City, Kansas, previously authorized by ordinance number,
2020-09-4517.
what she said, of the issuer, making certain covenants and agreements to provide for the payment and security thereof, and authorizing certain other documents and actions connected therewith.
Second that?
Is that, did you make it move?
Is this roll call?
It's a first vote.
Oh, of course. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motions and have passed.
Do we have, for us to sign over the next couple of days, do we have it all here we sign tonight, or,
No, the only thing tonight that you need to sign is the bond purchase agreement.
and all of us have to sign that?
That's it.
That's all we need.
Under secure, the SEC rules and regulations, we have to have that signed tonight.
Okay.
The ordinance and resolution in the next day or two, I think only the mayor and.
Yeah, you have
or-
PDF of all the signature pages, I think, and she can,
yeah.
We'll get those done in just a few minutes.
I have 3 of these. Do you need more than one?
I think we just need one. Well, yeah.
Do we have an adjournment?
I'll
Any
make-
other questions, reference the special meeting? I move we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So we've all just got to